Italy's right-wing government to criminalise raves.
Here's a summary of the article.
The new government of far-right PM Giorgia Meloni has said it will make staging unlicensed raves a crime, hours after stopping one in northern Italy. The new crime of invasion for dangerous gatherings of more than 50 people would attract up to 6 years in jail and opens up the possibility of wiretapping rave organizers. 1,000 ravers were ordered to leave a warehouse rave in Modena on Monday. Meloni. The rise to power of Italy's new far-right PM. The previous National Unity government had already begun work on changing the law after a mass rave in 2021 in the central town of Viterbo ended with the deaths of 2 people. Critics asked why the government had targeted young ravers but had ignored a fascist march at the weekend by 2,000 black-clad supporters of Italy's wartime dictator, Benito Mussolini. Interior Minister Matteo Piantedosi argued that the two events were completely different things, as the Mussolini march had not disrupted public order and had been happening for years, whereas the warehouse owner had reported the rave in Modena. Her past came under further scrutiny when she appointed a new deputy minister who had provoked uproar several years ago when a picture emerged of him wearing a Nazi swastika on his right arm.
This post received a score of 7,600, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Damn, they went full foot loose. Never go full foot loose.
Dancing leads to touching.
And touching leads to bunga bunga.
And bunga bunga leads to cowbunga.
And cowbunga leads to cowabunga.
And cowabunga leads to needs more cowbell.
And more cowbell leads to fearing the reaper.
And fearing the reaper leads to oysters, Rockefeller?
That'll fix their problems. Stupid kids and their glow sticks in the base.
And I would have gotten away with my racism, if it wasn't for those stupid kids and their sick bass drops.
Time to fire up the bass cannon. Don't tell anyone I leveled decks.
What are you, Kazul?
Yes, raves, famous for only existing in places with the legal right to rave and not at all famously held anywhere. Abandoned structures are plentiful.
The new government of far-right PM Giorgia Meloni has said it will make staging unlicensed raves a crime, hours after stopping one in northern Italy. The new crime of invasion for dangerous gatherings of more than 50 people would attract up to 6 years in jail and opens up the possibility of wiretapping rave organizers. So it's currently just about illegal raves, but it's a concerning development, and WTF about the wiretapping.
Greater than will make staging unlicensed raves a crime. I'm confused. Isn't staging an unlicensed rave already a crime? Did they decriminalize it at some point?
Things can be illegal but not the kind of thing you go to jail for. For example, it's illegal to run a restaurant with a filthy kitchen that wouldn't pass health inspections, but it's not necessarily a crime that the restaurant manager or owner would go to jail for. They'd be punished with fines. It's the difference between administrative law and criminal law.
Just like wage theft, you take a $20 from the till, straight to jail. The owner takes a few hours' wages off of every check of every employee for a decade, totaling hundreds of thousands, and even if they get caught, they cannot go to jail. At worst they pay a fine. Why wouldn't everyone commit wage theft with a system like that? What hellhole do you live in where stealing $20 from an employer would get you jail time? Fired? Sure. Jail time? You must be joking.
They work in a jail.
Rave against the right, it's 1990 again.
Reminds me of GI 911 Yanni when he was mayor, shutting down dance floors with crazy taxes to clean up the streets, which he was also handing to Russian mobsters on a platter.
Greater than which he was also handing to Russian mobsters on a platter. Just curious how he did this.
He was the prosecutor who broke up the Italian mob, creating a power vacuum for the Russian mob to move in. Some people believe this is coincidence. Some people believe Giuliani was working with the Russians and made room for them on purpose.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.